All right, so you should only be looking at this if you have answers to all of them, okay? If you don't understand something, it's okay. In fact, let's stop right now, close our eyes for 10 seconds, thinking about the generalizations, thinking about fractions. When are things less than one? When are they less? When is your product less than your factors? When does multiplying numerators and denominators help each other? Okay, thinking about those things for 10 seconds. All right. Again, we're still in mistake mode. It's still okay to be making mistakes. Okay, we want to be making mistakes and learning from them. We don't want to repeat. We don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes. That doesn't show learning. We want to be making mistakes and learning from those. So then when we do take that assessment, we are focused and trying not to make a mistake. So 3 times 45 equals B. So I have to write equals greater than or less than to make each statement true. So B, is that going to be equal to 3? Greater than 3 or less than 3? B is going to be way bigger than 3, right? Because I'm multiplying by 45. So 45 times 3 is going to be way bigger than 3. Is B going to be bigger than 45? Oh, you better believe it, right? Because I'm using whole numbers. So when I have 2 whole numbers and I multiply them together, that product is going to be larger. It's going to be greater than both. All right, now we move on to number 2. 3 times 1 equals C. C is going to be greater than equal to, it's going to be equal to 3 because it's the identity rule. 3 times, anything times 1 is itself. And then our answer for 1, it's going to be, C is going to be greater than 1. It's going to be 3 times 1, right? It's going to be 3 times greater. All right, let's move on to 3. Now we have 3/4 times 1 equals A. A is going to be equal to 1? No, because that would be 1 times 1. Is it going to be greater than 1? No, because I have this fraction, remember? So when we have a fraction multiplied by a whole number, the answer is definitely going to be less than that whole number. So A is going to have to be less than 1. Okay, and now I'm back to that identity rule. It's 1, so it has to be equal to 3/4. All right, now we have 3/7 times 4/15 equals P. So these are 2 proper fractions. 2 proper fractions. If I wanted to, I could go back to my material that I've been looking at and think about things. In fact, probably we should have done that, and I should give that recommendation. So is P going to be what in relationship to 3/7? It's going to be less than, it's going to be less than, and it's going to be less than. Remember, when I have 2 proper fractions, it's going to be less than both factors, and it has to be less than 1. It has to be all 3 things. Now we have a mixed number and a proper fraction. So now it has to be less than what we start with. Q has to be less than 1 7/9, right? Because we're multiplying by something less than 1. It's going to be more than 5/6 because I'm multiplying 5/6 by something greater than 1. And it's going to be greater than 1 because, again, this 1 7/9 is far enough away from 1. I wonder if it's like 1 1/3. What if it was like 1 and, I'm curious. Let's look at that. What if it was 1 1/10? Like here. What if it was like 1 1/10 times 5/6? What do you think? I'm wondering if it's less than 1, but maybe not. I don't know, I've never thought about this before. So let's convert this to a mixed number. So 1 whole is going to be 10/10, so that's going to be 11/10 times 5/6, and that's going to give me 55/60. So that is less than 1. That is less than 1. So sometimes that mixed number is going to be less than 1, but I feel like 7/9, that's far enough away. It probably has some relationship there between. And now we have this proper fraction multiplied by 7. So that's definitely going to be bigger than 6/17 because we are multiplying by 7. It has to be less than 7 because we're multiplying by something less than 1. And is it going to be less than or 2? Half would be, what, 3.5? Right, if this was 1/2, and this is 6/17. I think I have to figure this out. This is what, 6, 7? I kind of messed this up. 6/17? Is that 17? I can't tell anymore because I did there. So that would be 42/17. 2 would be 34, so it's going to be greater. right? 34/17, that would be 2, so it's going to be greater. I wonder if I was supposed to know that just by looking at it. All right, do number 7, then I'll make a new video.